focus on the mental aspects. Rahane caught up fellow Mumbaikar Sachin Tendulkar at the BKC nets and received lessons in controlling the controllables. Getty Ajinkya Rahane revealed that an interaction with veteran batsman Sachin Tendulkar forced him to concentrate on the mental aspect of his game, rather than overly worry about selection or technical issues. Rahane, vice-captain and a batting mainstay of India's Test side, has struggled to nail down a permanent role in the ODI starting side, and has been shunted between opening slot and the middle order as India seek the perfect balance for their 50-over side. Despite bagging the Player of the Series award with 336 runs at an average of 67.20 in the ODI series against West Indies in July, Rahane sat out as Rohit Sharma renewed his opening partnership upon return in Sri Lanka. Rahane caught up fellow Mumbaikar Sachin Tendulkar at the BKC nets and received lessons in controlling the controllables. For 4 days, I went for net sessions in BKC after the Sri Lanka series. When Sachin Paji was there, he told me, "Back your game. Opportunities will come sometimes, and they will be missing sometimes. It is not in your hand. You need to work on the mindset, because the better the mindset, the better you do on the field." The lessons also included a special note in preparing for a series against Australia, about the bowling lengths to expect and so forth. He did not tell me anything much about the technical stuff, Rahane revealed. He mostly spoke about the mental preparation, about aggression, etc. He has played so much against Australia, so he spoke to me about how to prepare mentally and pointed out the lengths they generally bowl. It was great having the chat with him, and it gave me a lot of confidence speaking to him. Rahane, who nicked a wide Nathan Coulter-Nile delivery to slip in Chennai, atoned himself with a solid half-century in the following game at Kolkata with an innings that particularly stood out for his exemplary offside play in the face of an obvious trap. Australia invited Rahane to drive through a 35 meters gap between mid-off and cover point, while 2 slips and a gully lay waiting for another nick. Rahane countered it by playing close to his body and punching his shots, reminiscent of Tendulkar, as opposed to driving. The first 31 off Rahane's 32 runs came through the offside, an indication of Australia's concerted efforts and the batsman's ability to adapt, yet not stagnate in the middle. This was a ploy that Virat Kohli, another man for whom the Australians set a similar field, later took cue from and added an improvisation of his own. Kohli added a trigger to move closer to the ball and occasionally used the flick shot to redirect deliveries to the leg side. The duo forged the only century stand of the game, a 102-run association that staved off the Australian challenge for a second game in a row. "I just tried to make sure I didn't repeat the mistakes I made in the first match, and after the first couple overs, the aim was to put pressure on Australia on how to counter-attack. When Rohit got out and Kohli and I were batting, plan was to make sure we even hit their good balls and counter-attack so we can build pressure on them," Rahane said. That partnership, notwithstanding India, suffered a mini-collapse through the middle overs to be restricted for what seemed a subpar total of 252. Rahane reckoned that it was a mark of the side's quality that they were still able to defend a low total and come out trumps. "You can't expect to score 300 or 350 every time you bat. There will be times when you score 240 or 280, but it's more important when you defend such totals as well. This team has the quality to defend any total. The bowling attack is so good that the team is confident that we can defend and win matches even despite not putting up huge totals. We are confident that we can restrict any opposition. When a couple of batsmen get set and score big, you tend to get enough totals. But when you end up winning matches, even after scoring 240-ish totals, you establish yourself as the number 1 team." The 29-year-old understands that he may find playing time hard to come by once Shikhar Dhawan returns to the side, but doesn't want to look at the future and at the ifs and if-nots. "I try to do my best when I get an opportunity. I stay in the present as much as possible. We don't know what the future holds," Rahane said. "For me, it works best if I back myself and give my best. You cannot always think about results or scoring hundreds. Even if you score 45 or 50, that crucial 45-50 matters. When Shikhar comes, we don't know what will happen. So at the moment, it's important for me to give my best for the team." Crickbus tags India Australia Tour of India 2017 from around the web comments.